Which one, old man, that ain't got time? Shake your hand. Get that side check. Put it in pockets till I get back. Going downtown.
Alright guys, so don't worry about that little stupid sound that you heard in my last few videos that was annoying in the background. I got a new laptop, so everything sounds crystal clear, I hope. So let's get to it. I've been kind of on a delay here to do the Division review. And not because it's bad, it's just I've had no time. My work has picked up quite a bit, and I've done amazing. And also, I've been playing XCOM 2 on my free time, as well as the Division, which, by the way, I'm going to review. However, you're here for The Division, a hybrid shooter with the RPG heart, trying to appeal to the online crowd. So, does this New York City looking like game come on top? Or is it a tad bit disappointing like Destiny? Let's find out.
Which one, old man, that ain't got time? Shake your hand. Get that side check. Put it in pockets till I get back. Going downtown.
Let's start off with the atmosphere and the look of the entire thing. It's dreadful, it's cold, and my god, as someone who lived in New York City, I had chills traveling through the streets sometimes. That didn't mean to do that as a pun, I meant like actual chills. Okay, anyway. I also couldn't get over the fact the game never really even shuddered or anything like that in these huge areas while I'm running through subways or buildings and so on. Overall, it looks great, and the city and atmosphere are nailed nearly perfect. The gameplay stays tight and works well. Enemies can be a bit boring, but you know, they do the same thing and then you kind of get like, oh god, but every once in a while they learn to flank you. They use these fire starting assholes and then they throw grenades and your team and you actually have to work together. I wish this happened more often, of course, but man oh man, when it does, it's intense. The main missions really do drive a solid story. You get to see some of these pieces of shit out there who are looting people and killing people in like this video format. It's great. And then you get these like chilling phone calls from people who've just died and they're like their last voicemails. And then you just get these crazy lunatic bosses sometimes and you're like, why are you here? I'm gonna shoot you in the face. Also, the main missions always drive the story forward and stay throughout really good. Actually, I was into the story, which I'm surprised because I'm usually not in a Tom Clancy game. So really the main stories really actually make the story really fun. The RPG feature also is well crafted and fun enough. Everyone unlocks the same skill sets, but obviously you can only equip certain skills. This is where it comes in handy on who's going to be kind of the supporter, the fighter, the healer, and so on. Overall, I wish there was maybe one or two more skill trees, but as kind of the beginning, it's doing a pretty good job. Alright, so the bad. The mission structure. Like most MMOs, the side missions and activities begin to wear on you, which is no big deal, except the fact that a lot of times you have to do a number of them just to be a high enough level to do the main missions, and those are the best part of the game. So, doing side missions in the same ones over and over again can get a bit annoying. Also, everyone could look slightly different, but everyone's pretty similar. You could really work on the customization in this game, Ubisoft. I was really disappointed with that. It's not like a huge issue because when I'm playing, I really don't care how I look. But as a fan of RPGs and customizing your characters to make them look unique, chances are whatever you're wearing in this game, someone else is wearing very similar to you, maybe one or two item difference. And the last negative is the end game, which is basically just the dark zone in this game. And the dark zone is this PvP zone type looting area. It's fun, but it gets boring pretty quickly. The main missions is what keeps the main campaign going, and it's undoubtedly fun. However, when you finish those, you head into the dark zone, and it's mostly PvP areas, and that's where you kind of kill people to steal their loot. And while that's cool and you can go rogue, it's just not that fun after a few hours. I have to be honest. Now again, this is more for the PvP crowd, or maybe the Grand Theft Auto crowd, where you love just spending hours with your friends online killing other people. This can be your game, but I was really looking forward to more PvE content at the end game, making us a lot more harder bosses where we can't level up anymore. We actually have to use strategy to win.
Which one, old man, that ain't got time? Shake your hand. Get that side check. Put it in pockets till I get back. Going downtown.
Listen, overall, my thoughts on The Division is simple. It's a grand old time, as the saying goes. I don't know if that's a saying. I've heard it before, so I'm going to use it. Well, you do the campaign, especially with friends, it's super fun. It's easy to dive at least 20, maybe even 40 hours of gameplay into this without stopping, because you're going to do a couple of side missions, but even just the main campaign with a handful of side missions every few hours, it's going to give you a nice 20 to 30 hours at least. Once you finish that and you're looking for more, though, unless you're like a die-hard PvP fan of this game, there's not much to find, to be honest. However, unlike other MMO hybrids I will not name, even though I named it in the beginning of this review, this one is fun at the start until the end of the campaign, which is long. It's a very solid experience, and it has enough RPG moments and a solid story and this wonderful atmosphere that made this title great, but just not amazing. So I'm going to go with The Division getting an 8 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. If you did, hit the like button. If you love me, hit the subscribe button. And everybody have a wonderful day. I got XCOM 2 review coming. I have Daredevil Season 2 coming. And I got Batman vs. Superman review coming on Friday morning. So everybody have a wonderful day. And Whitey is out.